Guys, the world is an absolutely crazy place and things happen fast. Life goes really fast. Like, life flies by. I'm only 20 and I'm saying that. Like, the last 5 years of my life feel like they've been 2 years, guys. Like, the older you get, trust me, it's gonna get quicker and quicker and quicker. And I'm assuming it's gonna just keep getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Like, I don't even want to imagine what it feels like when you're like 40. Like, geez, guys, we got a long way before we're there, but things happen fast. The world's crazy, and that's why we're here doing the Wacky World series. This is Wacky World on Wednesday, guys. This is episode number 2, and today we are doing an Australian theme. So I have a couple stories here from Australia, and we're just going to talk about them. A couple of them are interesting. Nothing too crazy here for Australia today, but some interesting topics indeed. A shark attack, some invasive species that are causing some other species to go extinct, and some other random stories that we're going to talk about. So it's going to be a good video, guys. Let's get right in to the news. So this is actually a pretty fun series, honestly. Like, I think I need to keep on doing it and bring it to the channel as an actual series because it's fun, it's interesting, and like I said in the last episode, it kind of keeps me up to date and keeps me in tune with, you know, some things around the world. It makes me realize that things are happening out there, right? So all I did was I came into Windows 10 and went on and opened up the news app and then searched Australia. So we have some Australian stories here that we're going to go over, and to start things off, guys, I think we're going to have to watch this basketball brawl. We're going to have to talk about that one. But before we get into that, guys, we are still running the giveaway the entire month of July. I'm going to roll the clip right here. Currently running a giveaway for a $20 gaming gift card of your choice throughout the entire month of July. All you have to do to enter is like the video, be subscribed to the channel, and throw a comment down below with your Twitter handle for your chance to win. The winner will be selected at the beginning of August and notified on Twitter. Now, I know it says in the clip that you have to leave your Twitter down below, but just leave any way for me to contact you guys down below, and that'll be good. As long as I can get in touch with you guys can enter. Now, let's get into the story. So, the massive brawl that breaks out during a Philippines versus Australia basketball game. So, guys, this clip, I've seen it. I saw it on Twitter before. It's actually pretty funny. It's pretty wild, but sports are crazy, and sports are crazy to think about. A massive fight broke out between Australia and the Philippines during the FIBA or FIBA World Cup qualifiers. So this is like, I guess, the FIFA World Cup, but for basketball. That's what I'm assuming. This is one of the biggest on-court fights of the last decade. So I guess these are some tweets. Let's watch the video. Where's the video? Oh, look at this. The teams are cheesed.
Oh my god, Thon Maker involved in the biggest basketball brawl since the Malice at the Palace.
Let's check it out. Alright, go to the beginning. What's gonna happen here? Can I go full screen? Really not HD at all. He's to the ground. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Oh. Oh. What is happening? Everyone's running off the benches. There's no way. There's like one guy down over here just laying on the ground now. And they're like chasing. They're actually like chasing each other down trying to throw punches. Holy crap. Can I find a better version of this? Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so this might actually give us a few more angles, some different angles here. Okay, so what happened there? How did this guy end up on the ground? Oh, he gets like... Did he get elbowed? Watch this, right where the ball's going on the right side of the video. He like elbows him. He just straight up like hits him, but he falls back to the ground. And then all of a sudden people are going crazy. Like throwing punches. Oh my god. Oh, but he flies off the court. I want to see the guys like running. There's guys like running down the court after each other. Like, that's crazy. But when basketball gets intense, man. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Like, but he's coming in like crazy. Coming in like Tarzan. Oh, here's a different area. It's going down over here. Like, down. What the heck? Like, full out fist fights between the two teams. That was so random. But he just goes up to him and like... I guess he didn't punch him, but he just went up to him and straight like body checked him. And then his teammate comes in, he's like, man, you're gonna do that to my teammate? And body checks him back. The ref's like, no, this isn't happening. Oh, there's 2 refs in there. Yo, this is insane. This is too much. I don't think that was a brutal way to start off the video, man. That was a pretty wild brawl. But now we're gonna kind of like switch and talk about nature, environment, and climate, and kind of talk about Australia's reptiles. So Australia, you guys have some wild basketball players. You guys in the Philippines probably have some beef after this in the basketball scene. But let's talk about the reptiles. So Australia's reptiles are actually threatened by an invasive species and climate change. These 2 things are affecting Australia's reptiles. And to go further into the story, Australia's reptiles, mainly the lizards and the snakes, are actually endangered by invasive species and climate change. And 7% of the reptiles in Australia, so I guess that's not like a huge percentage, but 7% of them are on the brink of extinction. So it was actually reported that 1 in 14 species of reptiles in Australia are in danger of extinction. So that's pretty crazy. That's a pretty high percentage. So for every 14 species of reptiles that they have, 1 is actually in danger of extinction. Australia's reptile population actually accounts for about 10% of all the reptile wildlife in the world. So 10% of the reptile wildlife in the whole world is in Australia. That's actually crazy. I didn't know that. Wildcats alone account for approximately 600 million reptile deaths every year in the country. So wildcats are actually an invasive species to Australia, and other invasive species as well account to that number. So imagine 600 million reptile deaths every year due to a species that isn't supposed to be there. That's going to make some changes over time. There are a lot of things that come into play, like bullfrogs. Bullfrog toads have caused the extinctions of certain animals. The animal that's called the varans, I'm not sure. I've never heard of that animal before. But not only is it like invasive species, it's also like the climate, Australia's climate change. And global warming might be like a little bit responsible for that. Global warming affects Australia, like even if you didn't really think about it, it does. It's all around the world. And the increase in temperature in the recent years has actually negatively impacted the wildlife in Australia. So climate change is also threatening reptiles, not only like Australia as a whole, it's really targeting the reptiles, especially the one called the Bartle Frere cool skink. Yeah, that's a reptile name. I guess it's a long-tailed lizard that inhabits only the peak of Mount Bartle Frere, Queensland's tallest mountain in the northeast region. So that's crazy. I guess it probably lives at the top of the mountain because it's cool. It's probably colder there, and hence why it says cool in its name. An organization called the IUCN actually cautioned that a 1 degree, so if the temperature increases by 1 degree, it would likely cause 50% of the lizard's population to disappear in 30 years. So imagine if it goes up, 10 degrees or 20 degrees. Like, I'm assuming at that point it wouldn't take 30 years for them to go extinct, and it would probably be more than 50% of them going extinct. So it's crazy to think about like the little things around the world that have an impact on areas that you don't even think about. Like stuff we do here in Canada impacts global warming, which impacts Australia, and boom, mind blown. Now moving on from there, this story is actually kind of interesting. So melting bitumen, which is like almost like asphalt, I'm pretty sure it's like something to do with asphalt or what they make roads out of. Melting bitumen leaves cars sinking into roads in Australia. So take a look at this picture. Just look at like the ooey gooey tires, man. That is crazy. So obviously this guy got off of the road and drove over some gravel, and it's like sticking to the tires. Like look at that. It's like tar just dripping off of it. So that's like asphalt that's been melting, and he drove through it and now it's all over the tires. So extreme weather conditions are being blamed on a melted roadway that destroyed car tires in Queensland, Australia, and shut down traffic in the area on Wednesday. So Queensland making big plays here in this episode. As many as 50 people may receive compensation after a sludge of bitumen destroyed their car tires. That's crazy. Imagine you're driving to work and all of a sudden it's just like brrr, and you just stop in the road. Like that would be crazy. I wonder if it was like a spill, or if it was literally just like the road started to melt. One person said that I was absolutely horrified to find that there was 3 inches of bitumen coated around all 4 wheels of my vehicle. That's crazy. There were people that were pulled up on the side of the road and they were in total and complete disbelief as to what had happened to their vehicles. Officials were forced to close the affected road Wednesday to make repairs. They say a bout of warm weather, so warm weather combined with other factors. I wonder what those other factors are, man. They're lying. They did something wrong in the construction, I guess. So combined with other factors are what caused the incident, and the tarmac was actually resurfaced last week, but did not properly set due to cold and wet weather. Oh, so I guess that, there you go. If I read like one line down, I find out the other factor. So they repaved the surface and it actually didn't have time to set because of cold and wet weather, and then the warm weather came in right away and it turned to like puddles of goo. So that's crazy. That is wild. Imagine you're just like cruising to work or cruising home from work and it's like bam, you're stuck, your car doesn't drive anymore, your tires have like asphalt on them, and you literally like drove into the road. Like that's crazy. That would be wild. But this story here, guys, I'm actually gonna have to just pull up this here, the official website for this one, so that we can actually watch the video. But this video shows a shark yanking a woman into the water by her finger, and it's kind of not what you think. It's a little less dangerous than like a great white shark, I guess. But let's read the story and then we'll watch the video. So they say you shouldn't bite the hand that feeds you, but a 34-year-old woman from Perth, Australia, so not Queensland this time, we're going to Perth, learned the hard way that the rules apparently don't apply to sharks. Sharks will bite your hand, guys. Be careful around any wild animal. Melissa Brunning was on vacation off the northwestern coast of Australia in Dugong Bay, a remote spot known for its sharks and saltwater crocodiles. So they're in an area where there are a lot of, I guess, water animals. That's the simplest way to put it. Dangerous water animals. She was hand feeding a group of 2-meter tawny nurse sharks from a yacht. So they're on a yacht and they see these, I guess, tawny nurse sharks, which maybe aren't super dangerous, or maybe they don't want to like eat humans, but they decide to feed them. I guess they're like 2 meters long. 2 meters is a pretty long shark, you guys will see in the video. But then next thing you know, when she was hand feeding them, guys, she got pulled in by her fingers. So let's go ahead and enjoy this clip. So she's feeding them and look at that, like Buddy panics. He doesn't know what to do.
So quickly, all I could really focus on was the fact that my finger was gone.
She thought her finger was gone. It doesn't actually say if her finger, maybe I'll read the rest of the story, but I wonder if her finger was actually like torn off, or did she just get pulled into the water? But watch how quick it happens. Like she's just going to feed the shark and then boom, it latched onto her finger a little bit. Now it's hard to tell, like she might panic a little bit and that's why she like falls onto her butt, or like she loses her balance in this area right here. Like it might be a step down from where she is. It doesn't really look like the shark like latches on and like pulls her into the water, really. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe is the shark still on her there? Is the shark actually still on her there? It's hard to tell. Like right here, is the shark still on her, or is it, no, see, like, is it swimming away? I don't think it actually like latched onto her, did it? Definitely pulled her in, but right here, is it still on her? Right there. I don't know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Leave your comments down below, guys. Did this shark try to take the woman with her? I honestly think the shark was just going for the food, and it took the finger. It took the finger. It reminds me of those times when you're like playing with your dog and your dog accidentally like bites your finger and you're like, oh, ow, and it kind of like scares you. In my opinion, it looks like the shark, like, yeah, it did grab her finger, it latched on, but I don't think its intention was to like take her. I think it just wanted the food, and then she panicked a little bit, and that'd be really scary. Like, let's be honest, that would be scary. But that's pretty much it for news in Australia for today. This episode was pretty fun, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And other than that, guys, leave where you want me to cover next. What do you guys want me to cover next? What stories do you want to see? Throw them down in the comments below. And yeah, we're going to continue on this series. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace out.